What's going on, guys? It's the Little Skater, and you probably clicked on this video because you want to start skateboarding and become a skater, but you're not exactly sure where to start or what you should have or what you should know. I'm a beginner skater. I've only been skating for almost 2 years now, so I've learned quite a few things. So that's why I'm here to give you some advice on starting your skateboard journey. So let's get into it. There are a couple things that you might want to have before starting your skateboard journey. And the first thing you want to have is, of course, a skateboard. So if you want to get one at a skate shop, since you have never skated before, you don't really know what parts you like. Like, you don't know what trucks, you don't know what wheels, you don't know what deck that you'd be into. So I would say start with an 8. An 8 is kind of standard issue. If you're a little kid, you might want to get something smaller, like a 7.75, but if you're an adult, then I would say probably get an 8 or an 8.25 and just get a complete skateboard. It's all put together, you just buy it, you grab it, you can go start skating. They have those at skate shops. You don't want to buy a custom one on your first go around because custom ones are more expensive, and if you're a beginner and you're not sure if you like skateboarding, you don't want to drop 200 bucks on a custom board, and custom might be a little overwhelming. So I would say get a complete and ride that to see if you like skateboarding, and if you really do like it and you want to invest in a custom board, then go back to your skate shop, learn some more about parts and wheels and stuff, put together, and you can have your custom for 200 bucks. But for starting off, I would say just buy a complete so you can just grab it and go and start learning. Now, if you want to get a complete online, all brands, skateboard brands, sell completes. So what you can do is go to DGK, go to Braille's website, go to Baker's website, and just look for complete skateboards, and it'll tell you a size. It'll tell you 7.75 or 8, 8.25. So I'd say get an 8, 8.25, like I said before. Just pick that complete and order it, and it'll come to your house just fully made. You don't have to worry about putting it together, and you can start skateboarding. Now, the second thing you need before you start your skateboarding journey is a why. You want to have a why you're doing this so that you don't lose motivation early on, because imagine you buy a skateboard and you learn like one trick and it's really hard at first and you're like, oh man, I want to quit. Like, you haven't really experienced any skateboarding to say if I like this or not. So I would say have a why to keep your motivation up during the beginning, so then you can get further into skateboarding and then decide if you like it or you don't like it. So you need a why you're doing this. Personally, my why was I wanted to stay fit. I wanted to have something to work towards. I wanted to do something more fun, because basketball wasn't fun for me anymore at that point. So I wanted to do something like that, and that was my why, so then I could continue on even in the hard parts at the beginning, so I could get as far as I have. So having a why is important, but also if you lose motivation, make sure to use the one more sesh method that I talked about in it was a video called When You Want to Quit Skateboarding or something, and I talk about how to get your motivation back. So use the one more sesh method that I talked about in that video, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. So you want to have a why so that you can keep your motivation and keep learning, so that you can get further into skateboarding and decide whether you like it or you don't like it. So having a why, I think, is important. Now, the third thing you need when you start skateboarding is skate shoes. So you can obviously use any old shoes, but I would not use, like when I started skateboarding, I tried to skate these Nike mountain climber shoes, and it was not fun. And I realized that Converse felt better, and I wasn't very experienced in the skate shoe department, so I just used regular old Converse, which wasn't a good idea because Converse, the regular kind, wear out so fast. So my recommendations for skate shoes when you start skating is get Converse Cons or Vans off the wall shoes or Vans half cabs. I want to make it easy. There are tons of skateboarding shoes, like Adidas makes some, Nike makes some. Just to make it easy on you guys, I'll just say buy Converse Cons, not regular Converse, they'll wear out, Converse Cons, Vans off the wall shoes, or half cabs. Pick any one of those and just go with it. They'll last longer and they will be good for skating. Yeah, don't try to skate mountain climber Nike shoes, that was a bad idea. But yeah, so try to get some skateboarding shoes. Those will be comfortable, and your skateboarding journey will go more smoothly than trying to figure out what shoes you should skate and what shoes you shouldn't skate. Also, I would recommend buying 2 pairs so that you can alternate between the shoes, because like if you just buy 1 pair of shoes and keep skating it, it will wear out very fast. So therefore, I would recommend buying 2 pairs so you can alternate, and then you won't have to buy shoes in 3 months. So yeah, that's just a little side note. The fourth thing you need, now that you have your skateboard, you have your shoes, A little optional thing, I would say buy pads if you're scared. So I'd say buy a helmet, buy some wrist guards, some knee pads, elbow pads, buy that if you're scared, so you can not be scared and you'll be willing to take more risks if you wear pads. So it's just an optional thing because everyone has a different preference. Some people say they don't want to wear pads, some people do want to wear pads, so it's optional. I'm just throwing that in there. So if you got your board, you got your shoes, you wear pads or you don't, then the fourth thing you need to know to start your skateboarding journey is how to push, which we're going to do a little tutorial on how to push. All right guys, here's your pushing tutorial. So this is how to push on a skateboard. So if you push with your left foot on and then with your left foot on the board, then you're regular footed. But if you push with your right foot on the board, you're goofy footed. So it doesn't matter. You should probably learn how to do both, because then once one foot gets tired, you can use the other one. So I'd recommend learning both, but just use whatever when you're first starting out, but eventually try to learn both. But yeah, I push with my left foot on the board, so I'm regular footed. So what you do is you put your foot on the bolts, or like about here, like a little below these, or like on the bolts. Never, not this far, because like the tail or the nose starts, and then you're gonna go, whoa. So keep your foot like this, below the bolts slightly, or up here. And then you put most of your weight on this leg, or whichever leg you're doing. I'll show this with the other foot in a sec. And then you put your weight on it, and then you push off. You push off with this foot. And then, once you're going, you put your feet this way. This is the riding position. Push, and then ride, like that. Now if you use this foot, put it here, and then you put your weight on this leg, and then you push off. Then you ride. That's what it looks like from the goofy perspective. Don't push standing straight up like this. If you're going slow, that's fine, but when you go faster, you don't want to be standing straight up, because you're just using so much leg strength when you don't really need to. You just have to lean forward and then you kind of push off your foot. So you're not using so much of your leg strength, but you're kind of pushing off your weight, sort of. Here, I'll show you. So yeah, make sure to lean forward. Then you're kind of just pushing off. You're just kind of like pushing off your body weight rather than using all of your leg strength to push yourself along. By the way, it's okay if you kind of do that in the beginning. I still sometimes find myself standing straight up and not like kind of leaning over. I still find myself doing that because I'm still a beginner. So it's not so much like something you need to do, but it's just kind of something you should know and how to get a better push. So yeah, that's how to push. Now the fifth thing you need to become a real skater is to know a couple of tricks. So I'd say learn No Comply 180 because it's really easy and it will help you get the feeling of maneuvering the board into a different position. And so then after that I would learn any shove trick, like shove it, front shove it, nollie shove it. Just learn every shove it trick, fakie big spin, any shove trick, so then you can build up board control. And then once you build up board control a little bit, then you can try the ollie. I would say that's the right way to go, because then it'll make your skateboarding journey more fun and you'll be less likely to get stuck on something for a really long time, because shove tricks are like the most basic ones. So once you learn a bunch of those, you'll learn an ollie, you'll probably get an ollie quite fast, and then you'll be well on your way to getting more complicated tricks. So that's my personal recommendation, is it'll make skateboarding more enjoyable because you'll see progression faster, and you'll be less likely to get stuck on something for a super duper long time. And it'll be more fun that way, I think, because as you progress, you want to progress because that's part of the fun of skateboarding, progressing. So I would say learn those things so you can progress faster and have more fun. And also, about tricks to learn at the skate park, first thing I would learn at the skate park is just how to go up and down, because when I first went to the skate park, the pyramids and like the ramps were so much bigger than like I expected. So I was kind of scared at first to like roll down like the big ramps and stuff like that. So I would say learn how to drop in and learn how to roll. Just practice going up and down ramps and pyramids and stuff so you can get a feel for the skate park. Then once you know how to drop in and you're comfortable going up and down pyramids and ramps, then also I should say learn how to kick turn too, because kick turning is important. So learn those couple of things, and then you can get on to other more fun tricks, transition tricks at least, or you know, street tricks, I guess, ledges and whatever. But like, yeah, so that'd be my recommendation on how to start learning tricks. And the last thing you need to become a skater is to practice. Practice is everything. You just gotta keep practicing. I personally practice for an hour or an hour and a half to 2 hours every day for 4 days in a week. So find a schedule that works for you and just put it in and just practice and practice, because that's gonna make you better and you're gonna progress faster. And the more you progress, the more fun skateboarding gets. Like, the more tricks you know, the more fun it gets. So you just gotta keep practicing, get your fundamentals down, and then you can learn harder tricks after that. So yeah, make sure to practice, guys. And so yeah, that's my advice on starting skateboarding. If you want to become a skater, these are the tips that I recommend. This is the advice that I would give a person who wants to start skateboarding. This is the advice I'd give, and I hope it was helpful to you. So yeah, now you can become a skateboarder too. Also, make sure to have fun when doing all this, because sometimes we get so caught up in progression that we forget about having fun. So make sure to have fun. I hope you enjoy your skateboarding journey, and please share this video with others so you can get your homies into skateboarding as well. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you actually care about me, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.